sure I'm straight. You know, you'll have me on camera with a boogie in my nose the whole time and shit. Make sure I'm straight. All right, let's hit it, bro. It's ready? It's on? What's up, scorers? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. We appreciate you constantly following us. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. You already know what we get into. There's a lot of hoops over the weekend. What's up, E? How you doing, bro? My man E right here. We got my man E on the ones and twos.
Doing good.
All right. Hey, E, man, we got into a little scuffle. This past weekend, man, on a rainy Friday night out here in L.A.
What happened, bro? You gotta tell me about it.
Well, listen, man, you know, guys, casuals, they got these pages, right, where, it's like a hate page. You know, they want to always find something wrong with LeBron or any other player people like, KD. They always want to, nitpick at stuff. So there's one guy, and shout out to him, man. He seems like a good guy. He seems like a really good guy, man. I think he's the guy who says, just say you hate basketball. That guy, right? So he made a video. He made a video calling out Score Society. And I wasn't going to respond at first. But then I was like, you know what? It's Friday. It's raining. I ain't got much to do. Like, let's have at it. And then once I watched the video, I realized how easy this is. So yeah, he went about 10 minutes, man. And the crazy thing about it, he made a 10-minute video about something I didn't even say. Yeah. Like, he made a 10-minute video about something I didn't say. He said, I remember the video I put out, I said, ring culture is ruining basketball conversations. He was under the impression that I said, ring culture is ruining basketball. So he went on a whole 10-minute tangent about how ring culture and how losers think and all this other stuff. But ring culture is ruining basketball conversations because you can't even talk basketball or talk about a player's ability if he has these rings, he has these rings, he has these rings. As if you don't need another 13 guys on a team to make that happen. As if you don't need a great coaching staff to make that happen. It's just, we're only talking about one thing. So, the video was pretty easy though. He was saying stuff like, we only know Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Steve Kerr because they won with Michael Jordan. That's how you know him. I actually know Horace Grant from a book my mom bought me when I was young. It was like this NBA Legends book of Horace Grant. It had a bunch of people in there. Dan Marley, obviously the legends, Hakeem Olajuwon, Larry Johnson. They had a bunch of guys in there. And that's when I was introduced to these players like Horace Grant or whatnot. And so anywhere Horace Grant went, I was following him. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went to Orlando, I wanted to see what he was going to do over there. He was a key piece to that group. But he's saying we only know Steve Kerr and Scottie Pippen. Like, dude, this whole Michael Jordan didn't win without Scottie Pippen thing started happening recently. Scottie Pippen, to me, as a youngin', was his own person. Like, people bought Scottie Pippen's shoes. The ones that said air on the side. People bought them. Nobody thought nothing of it. Obviously, we knew Jordan was the man, but we didn't look at it like, oh, I wouldn't know who Scottie Pippen was if it wasn't for Jordan. When Scottie Pippen went to the Blazers, I was rooting for him. When Scottie Pippen went to the Rockets, I was rooting for him. So I don't know what he was talking about. Even when he was talking about Steve Kerr. Yes, he made a big shot for the Bulls, but you 24. What you know Steve Kerr more than anything? Coaching. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to get to. Then he was saying, then he was saying that LeBron didn't work out with none of the legends, like trying to create a narrative that LeBron just want to do things on his own. That's why he's not a winner. You go online, and there's a picture with him and Hakeem Olajuwon in workout gear. Like Hakeem Olajuwon was working out with Wemby. Like Hakeem Olajuwon was working out with Stoudemire, Amari Stoudemire, Dwight Howard. It's the same thing with LeBron, but he's trying to create this narrative. And the other thing about it for me was there's no point in me kind of want to hold a debate thing because I actually like Jordan. You know, we made videos about Jordan, most impactful player. We made videos about when I was first introduced to him. All those things. I got more Jordans than I got any other basketball player's shoes. So there's no point in it for me, but it's more a point for him to make because he don't like LeBron. Like a lot of these guys are making pages who just don't like LeBron. And reality of it is he's projecting on himself. When he says, just say you hate basketball, for you not to like LeBron, you really just don't like basketball. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to say, okay, he's not number one. I can respect your opinion, gang. But to make pages around it is like you don't like basketball. You dislike basketball. You only see basketball through a lens. You only see these players because they play with Jordan. That's who you only followed, not me. When I was introduced to Dr. J, I remember stealing a Dr. J tape from the library. You know Michael Jordan from that. Not me. I know these players because I was like a basketball head. And this is before I even started playing basketball. Like this is before I even started hooping. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is like projecting. Then he made like another video last night. And I mean, he tagged me or whatever, but I told him, bro, look, you want a response? Make 10 layups in a row with your offhand. If he listen, I'll respond to the video if he can show me he can make 10 layups with his offhand. 10 layups in a row. I'll respond. You know what I'm saying? I'll respond. But other than that, man, shout out to him, man. I hope everything well with him, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope everybody had fun. I had fun. It was great. It was great. But like I told him in the video, man, I'm building a brand that's actually beneficial for the basketball community. I want to talk the underdog stories. We have our debates in regards to media narratives. I think debates are good. I actually like debates. Debates are very informative. You know what I mean? I like it. But the way his approach to me, it just wasn't informative. It was misleading. Like to say LeBron didn't work out with these people, or to say we don't know these people because of these people, or to make a whole video about what he thought I said. It's just misleading. So it wasn't really a debate. It was more of me correcting him. You know what I mean? Like real hoopers got to correct some of the casuals sometimes. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. But let's get into some real business, man. Let's get into some real business. So, NBA is under scrutiny right now, right? Let me get some water, man. The NBA is under scrutiny right now. They didn't hire some private investigators. NBA has hired some private investigators to see who's been gambling. They start confiscating phones. And yes, you guessed it, Lakers is under question. The Lakers under question. They're taking trainers' phones. They took some coaching staff's phones. So we're gonna see where this ends up. I hope it's not a stain on any of the players on any moving forward. I believe that this really hurts the NBA. It really hurts the NBA. We already have our conspiracies. We already think it's scripted. We already think some negative things about the NBA. So I really hope that everyone comes back clean. Whoever they caught originally, that's what they caught. And hopefully those guys get to move on with their lives when they serve their punishment, if they have to go to jail or whatever, or maybe banned from the NBA. But nonetheless, we want to make sure that people still watch basketball, man. It's hard to, because that's a hard thing to recover from. It's hard as a commissioner like Adam Silver, who's making a lot of changes since David Stern, and then the gambling thing. We all invested our money, our time. There's so many people who invested into those apps, and to find out guys is throwing games for $50,000, $20,000, $30,000, is ridiculous. Even if it's $1 million, even if it's $2 million, these guys are getting paid ridiculous amounts of money. So hopefully, everybody come back clean. Everyone come back clean. I'm watching the refs the other night, bro. I'm watching some of this NBA stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, man. The refs is kind of ruining the game. Like it ain't the players, and that's the saddest thing about today's conversation when it comes to basketball. This is the saddest part. you have a lot of players who play hard, a lot of players who are really good at their craft, but the average person don't see it as that. They don't look at, damn, this guy playing hard. The referee called him foul. Why the referee called the foul? They see it as, you made the referee call that foul. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, you foul baiting. Like, the referee don't have to call it. Like, you know, they don't have to call it. They can see it how they want to see it. Obviously, there are rules in place, but to blame the players for how the referees officiate the game is just insane to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the flopping so much. I don't like the flopping, but I also understand the basketball aspect of it. You're trying to get some advantages. I understand that these guys are the best athletes in the world. They're the best athletes in the world. And I understand that they are trying to get some, like, they got to do little things to get some points, some small little tricks to get some points. And that makes sense. That makes sense. But some stuff, the referees calling ticky-tack fouls, that's not on the players. That's not on the players. That's on the commissioner. That's on the refs. But that's not on the players. And I don't take nothing away from them. I don't look at them as soft because the referee called the foul. Like, they didn't start crying. They didn't, like, check themselves out of the game. They kept playing and didn't score about another 30 points. So I don't look at it as, like, they're soft. I just look at it as the referee need to be better. The officiate need to be better. Your boy, man. Your boy Cade Cunningham. Your boy Cade Cunningham got his first signature shoe. I think that's well-deserved. I think that's definitely well-deserved. You know what I mean? Would you buy him? Would you buy some Cade Cunninghams? Is that under Nike?
I wouldn't buy Cade Cunningham. Even though he's a good player, it's not.
You wouldn't buy Cade Cunningham? Why?
Nah, because there's better players out there that I support.
Like who?
KD, Anthony
KD,
Edwards.
This is part of the elite mindset right here. My man said he wouldn't buy the Cade Cunninghams because there's other shoes to buy. This goes back to that conversation about the Jordan and LeBron. You guys know you can like two things at the same time, and it doesn't take away from nobody. Like, you know you can buy KD shoes and Cade Cunningham shoes, and nobody be like, yo, you sold out on KD. You realize that? Like, you can buy both shoes. You can buy all of them. The Ja Morant, I think, is the hardest shoes out right now. I think it's the hardest. Then it's KD. I got the Hardens. And when Cade come out, I'm getting those too. And I don't even play basketball. Like, I just coach. So I'm gonna be on the sideline with some K's on. So you still not rocking the K's?
I mean, I don't know what they look like. If they fire when they first drop, I'll consider it. But you don't even know what it looks like just yet.
I would have respected it if you would have like, let me see what they look like first. Because everybody got their own style. Some shoes a little too bulky for me. But just to say like, nah, I don't want to get it because there's other shoes out there to get. We got to live in abundance. Lead mindset brand. Score society. I was watching some games. Well, I was watching some old film over the weekend. What's up?
Before we get into that, what you think about Steph Curry? He's not Under Armour no more.
Oh, yes.
Where you think
yes. So you want to know where I think he should go?
Some people be saying Nike. Some people be saying he can't go to Nike. Some people be saying some China brands. Adidas, Converse, Puma. What you thinking?
Oof. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I never got any Steph Currys because of the brand. Hear me out. Under Armour was introduced to me as what the name is. Under Armour. Put it under your clothes, not shoes. And so for me, I think it needs to be a brand that resonate with hoop shoes. You know what I mean? I can see Adidas. I like Nike. I wouldn't be mad if he took the Kyrie Irving route, but Kyrie got like a more of a political stance towards a lot of stuff. So I can't see him doing that. Like Steph Curry, he's a Christian man and family man, and he's been running behind these brands for a while. I want to see him go with Adidas. Yep. I want to see him go with Adidas. I think Adidas got a good portfolio. Guys that he'll go, that guys who Hall of Famers. Got some guys who potential Hall of Famers like Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards' shoes is lit. Obviously James Harden's Spider. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good fit for him. Like because all the other guys already did Nike. You know what I mean? Jordan got his brand, but it branched off from Nike. Then you got LeBron. Then you got KD. Retire on a brand that people that people didn't retire on. Like the top guys didn't retire on yet. You feel me? All right. But like I was saying, I was watching some film. And I happened to go across Steve Francis. Steve Francis was playing against the Lakers. The Rockets was playing against the Lakers, and Steve Francis was cooking. And I'm watching him. And I'm watching him go at Kobe. I'm watching him like just be fearless out there. And I don't think we talk about him enough because he was like one of the first guards from that explosive point guard era. And I'm watching some of his footwork. I'm watching the things he's doing in the air. I'm watching from where he's taking off. And when I was young, I didn't really, not to say I didn't appreciate, but I didn't really notice how these are the best athletes in the world. Like, yeah, like when you're young, you're very optimistic. So you're looking at TV saying, I can do that. If I just did calf raises, I could jump like Steve Francis. If I just did air alert, I can jump like Steve Francis. But I'm looking at him and I'm like, I was nowhere close. There was no way I was going to be able to play like him. Then I started to think about some of his skill set, like the stuff he was doing, and that's what we practice as kids. Like even when the kids today, they practice the Anthony Edwards, Hezzy, stop and go, all that stuff, right? But the reality of it is that that's only about 2% of the game. The rest of the game, he was getting to a spot with one dribble, getting to the basket, one dribble, getting to a pull-up, 2 dribbles. He was creating space, pulling up on a drop of a dime. And when I was a kid, I wasn't looking at that part. And same thing for the kids today. The kids don't look at the 1 dribble, the 2 dribble pull-up, the thing that they doing majority of the game. They look at the highlight stuff. They look at the stuff that you really can't mimic because for them, it came natural in the game. You sitting there practicing all these different types of layups and all that stuff, and you'll probably use it maybe one time all season. Meanwhile, the whole game is 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up, getting to a spot, fading back. All those things you should be working on. So shout out to Steve Francis, man. Steve Francis was a dog, bro. Steve Francis was a dog, man. Shout out to him. I definitely want to talk to him. I want to get him on the show. Talk about his hoops. Talk about his journey, man. Talk about the underdog story. So y'all can send this to Steve Francis, man. All right, man. We got Joker, bro. What you think about Joker? Bro?
Top 5 bigs of all time.
Top 5 big all time. I can see that. I like that for him, right? He had a 55-point game the other night. I think he had 55 and 13, I believe. And people are saying no one's talking about it. Was it low key for you? Like, did you feel like it got the coverage that it needed?
I feel like it was respected. It got the coverage that it needed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think Joker get the respect he deserved?
I don't feel like he gets the respect that he deserves. No. I don't feel that.
I think it has to do with the small market. the small market of Denver. Like for you to be now, Carmelo Anthony was what, number 3 in the draft, I believe, in 2003. He get the respect because we followed his journey, right? Like I think Carmelo Anthony is probably the only player who played for the Denver Nuggets, and we actually watched him play for Oak Hill Academy, go to Syracuse, get drafted. So we had a reason to actually continue to follow him, right? I do Chris Jackson, but his name is Abdul. What is it? Abdul Ramu. I hate messing up names, bro. But it's Chris Jackson. I mess my whole shit up. But anywho, he played on LSU. He played with Shaq. So Shaq was like the main attraction. He played for the Denver Nuggets, and then he started getting, the coverage while all the controversial stuff was going on. But not a lot of guys go to Denver Nuggets and immediately we start following their career. They have to start doing stuff in Denver. They have to start doing something for that team for us to be like, oh, okay. I see what we got. And that's where Jokic is. Jokic was drafted, 2013, 15 or something like that? Off the top. I'm flowing off the top of the head, people. But Joker's one of those guys. Like Joker, he's a proven player. He's a proven player. And people now want to watch him. I mean, not now, but they've been watching him. But again, it's tough in a small market. Another thing about Joker, in my opinion, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's sellable. Like, I don't think he's like Shaq was sellable. Like, Shaq was charismatic. He was in everything. Shaq is 7'1", 7'2", and he was moving like he was 6'2", 6'3". Like, dancing and all that stuff. He was sellable. He was rapping. He was sellable. I can't really think of other big men who was more sellable than Shaq. You know what I mean? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he wasn't media friendly. So people don't talk about him enough. He had 6 rings a decade before Mike did. So, I mean, collectively. But I don't think Jokic is sellable. So so some of the stuff that he does, it gets overlooked. And he's in a small market, so it's not being hyped up. Now, if Shaq had 55 and 13 and 8, 9 and this, we'll still be talking about it to this day. That'd be the best game he ever had. You know what I mean? But he's also a sellable player. And another thing is the main part of his game. To me, obviously he can score, but the main part of Jokic's game is his IQ. His IQ, his ability to pass. And let's face it, kids don't want to do that. As kids don't want to, they don't want to be known for that. They don't want to pass. They want to be the guy. They feel like they won't get the recognition if they doing the things that Jokic know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to want to be like these players, right? So you got to be sellable. When Shaq was playing, I don't care how tall you were. If you were a heavy set guy, you was a strong guy, you was baby Shaq. You was baby Shaq. Now you're starting to get the nicknames through Sengun like Baby Jokic, right? But we talking about in the playground, it was a baby Shaq, right? So a lot of times with some of these players who not getting the recognition, it's just more about, one, they in a small market. 2, are they sellable? Do kids want to be like them? And 3, what's the most attractive thing about their game? But shout out to Joker, man. I think he's top 5 center as well. I'm with you on that. I was watching the Timberwolves last night, and Jaden McDaniels, he played well. He was aggressive. Played against the Nuggets. Was that the last night or the night before? I think that was the night before. I think that was like a Saturday. Yeah, I'm getting my days. My days are colliding together. But yeah, he played against the Wolves. He was aggressive. I like the way they're developing him. I like how they're sticking with him. He's taking more shots. Right now, he's shooting efficiently, shooting 50%, shooting 50% from the 3-point line. I mean, excuse me, 3-point line. Shooting 50% from 3-pointers. Plays defense, uses length. He plays like you would want a small forward to play. So I'm looking forward to his development. Soon somebody will have to move though. You'll have to move somebody soon.
What you mean someone has to move?
So right now, Jaden McDaniels averaging 17 points. He still had some games where he's averaging, well, he scores 9 points, 11 points. But you can see the potential. You can see he's under a role. You can see that there's a role in place. What happens when he starts to score 20 points a game, 25 points a game? When he starts really feeling himself out there. You got to move somebody. Because you already got Randall, right? Julius Randle. He needs the ball. He got a passy, jab step, rhythm. You got to find his rhythm before you shoot. You got Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, he can handle the ball. He needs to find his rhythm, right? Then your young guards, they're still young. They're going to make their mistakes. But they also ball handlers too. Rob Dillingham, all those guys. I mean, you still got Mike Conley. But I don't know how long you keep him. I mean, Rudy Gobert, that's the best piece on their team, to my opinion, because he don't demand shots, right? But either you have to move Jaden McDaniels or one of these guys, or you're going to have to pay these guys a lot of money. And you're going to be pigeonholed.
So you think Jaden McDaniels could be a star in the league?
I'm not saying he could be a star, but I think other teams will find him more valuable than his role is right now and pay him. Eventually.
But what you think his role could grow to? I see him as what's the kid from New York? Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
Like in the same lane as that. A good role player, good role piece to help complement the star.
That's a fair comparison. I don't think he'll be a superstar, but I think he can go somewhere and be the second leading scorer. Eventually, yeah. He averages 17 right now. How old is Jaden McDaniels?
He's 25.
25? Still got time. 25 years old. You was with me when we went to the Rico Hines runs. He was out there. Like, he was making it look, and he's playing against other NBA players, making it look easy. But that's just not his role with the Timberwolves. I think once his shot is more consistent, he gonna want some more looks. Because you gotta remember, this is these guys' career. You want to be remembered for something. You want the best out of this. You don't get to do this twice. You don't get there's no other NBA. Like, you can work for Apple and then go to Microsoft. There is no, all right, I'm just go to NBA. You can go this. No, this is their guy's career. This is what you do for years. Whatever, you got to make the best out of it. Follow me?
So who would you want for Anthony Edwards to be his co-star? Would you?
I think the pieces are good now, right? I think everyone who Anthony Edwards is playing with now, I think is great. But if they not winning, like this, now let's say they go to the Western Conference Finals again. This will be a third year in a row that they didn't get past it. They got to start moving someone. They got to start moving somebody. You know what I'm saying? And Jaden McDaniels only gonna get better. He only gonna get better. So, like you say, 25. He got like 7 good years left. Like, before he's like a person on the team. So you like 32. You know what I mean? Like, by 32, he might be just another person that's like a nice piece to have on the team. So, I think he'd be good. I think eventually he's gonna ask for more money though. More money. All right. Watched the Clippers versus Boston last night. Did you watch that game?
I caught it towards the end.
Mm-hmm. I like Boston the way they played for the in the beginning. They blew a 24-point lead though. They blew a 24-point lead. Just kept missing threes. They just went on a missing spree. And that's been their thing this year. They've been like hanging on by their teeth to hold on to their leads. They've been hanging on by just a thread at the end of most of these games. And same thing right here. They won yesterday 121 to 118. It shouldn't have been there. Especially after Derrick Jones Jr. got injured. I think he was actually aggressive early on. He was playing well. And he I don't know what happened to him. I didn't look at the reports yet. But once he went down, I was like, oh, it's over. Because James Harden was kind of like facilitating. He was kind of moving the basketball. Then, listen, James Harden is a pro scorer. Like, say what you want about him. He don't play no defense. But he definitely going to give it back. He definitely going to give you everything you need. He had 37 points. 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. And some of the shots he was hitting was just wild. Like the step backs he was hitting, the pull-ups, the and ones was crazy. And they drew up a play at the end of the game where they threw the ball to Zubac. Zubac gave a touch pass to James Harden. Perfect execution of a play. And James Harden came up short. But before that, I'm looking at this thing like, yo, he a different level type of scorer. He is definitely a bucket. Probably one of the best, not probably, one of the best scorers we'll ever see. Zubac played a tremendous game as well. He had 16 points, 12 assists. I like the way he played. Old school big guy. I like that. I think every team needs that. I think every team needs an old school big man. Like someone who don't shoot threes, just need someone just to be a bruiser, just to get rebounds, somebody can lob it to. I think every team needs that, and he's that guy for this team. But it's easy to beat the Clippers because the ball doesn't move enough. Like the ball does not move enough for the Clippers. Like when James Harden have it, he working guys, he's getting to the basket, he's kicking it, then somebody else grab it. Same thing. They got to do the same thing, same rhythm, and that's why it's hard for a lot of teams that James Harden play on. It's hard for them to win. It's hard for them to win because the ball just don't move enough. It's all like pretty much I'm gonna break my guy down. Then he'll break a player down, and to get another player a shot, but it takes a minute. It takes a jab step. It takes too much work to do it. And that's why it's easy to beat those guys. But they shot decent. They shot 47% last night, about 40% from three and 93% from the free throw line. So they didn't play bad, but they just need more ball movement. Boston was the winner. They played well. You could tell Jaylen Brown is, not to say uncomfortable, but you could tell like this is his first time kind of carrying this role of like being the main guy. Like, he has some good games. Obviously, he's a good player. Obviously, yes, he was the Finals MVP, and he had a streak of good games. But I'm talking about coming into the games where he's like the main piece. He had 33 points last night, but on 33 shots. He shot 33 times to get 33 points. You get what I'm saying? Like the efficiency's not there. Like he got to shoot over two people. He's not used to that. Because he would make a basketball play if Jason Tatum's in the lineup, or Jason Tatum would create something and he'll be open. So you could tell he's uncomfortable. He had 13 boards. Peyton Pritchard came to play. Peyton Pritchard, I've been tough on Peyton Pritchard, man. He had 30 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists last night. Again, I like Peyton Pritchard, but I just don't like his role. Like the role of a scorer for him, like, I really just don't like his role. Like, he's always in the paint. Don't get me wrong, he's in the paint, but he's always trying to find his shot in the paint. It's like a smaller Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's who Peyton Pritchard reminds me of, like a smaller Jalen Brunson. Like, Jalen Brunson perfected his role really well. Like, they need him to score. Peyton Pritchard They need him to score as well, but not 30. They don't need him to score 30. If we can get 30, great, but we don't need him to score 30. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to come off the bench. I just think he needed more of a facilitator role. You got Derek White out there. You have Jaylen Brown out there. Facilitate. You got the young guys out there as well. Like, they need someone who gonna pass them the ball. You hear me? But if you got 3 guards up top and those guys not getting it, then that's contagious. Like, when guys aren't passing the ball, that is contagious. Being selfish is contagious. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I like him though. I'm glad that he came out of a shooting slump though. He actually played well, shot well. So and I know before this game, I believe he was a 17% 3-point shooter. Sheesh. So, but he's there. My next one, man. Spurs versus the Kings. You catch that game?
I ain't see that game.
Yeah. Kings on a losing streak, man. But you know what? Kings are on a losing streak. Spurs versus Kings, my fault. Spurs versus Kings. Spurs 123, Kings 110. Kings are on a losing streak right now. But they played some tough teams, though. They had Denver, OKC. They had the Timberwolves twice. And then they had the Atlanta Hawks. They should have beat the Atlanta Hawks. And then last night they had the Spurs. But I think that was a game they should have won, considering that Wemby didn't play. Dylan Harper didn't play. But De'Aaron Fox had something to prove. He said, I'm home. I'm that guy. De'Aaron Fox came out. He was balling. De'Aaron Fox had 28 points, 11 assists, shot 54%. 54% from the field, 37% from 3, 83% from free throw line. Yeah, Kirk. But yesterday was a good example of Spurs culture. They had 7 guys in double digits. 7 guys in double digits. That's Spurs culture for it. That was that boring culture we grew up on, right? Like I remember growing up and nobody wanted to watch the Spurs. They said it was boring, right? I mean, if you don't know basketball, you would have said they were boring too. You know what I mean? Because you got Kobe, Allen Iverson at that time, Bron, D-Wade, all individual players. So to tune into a team that's constantly passing the ball, making an extra pass, their star player averages 21 points. It's just not appealing. It's not appealing. They have that same culture right now. I think Wemby's average about 24 points, about 7.5. Realistically, if he goes to go to another team, they give him the ball every time down. He averaged more than 24 points. You know? But he gets the ball, he kicks it, they still make an extra pass with him on the court. So that's that Spurs culture. And Kings realized it last night. The Kings aren't bad, though. They're not bad. They have a good team, but to me, it doesn't look like they have good chemistry. They got a lot of different pieces, like Schroeder, Westbrook. I don't know how I feel about those 2 point guards. Like, it doesn't balance the team out, right? Like Schroeder, he's not a scorer, but he has the ball a lot, right? He wants the ball a lot. Like I think he had like 22 points last night. He had something like that. I didn't put it on here. I believe he had 22 points or something like that. And then you got Russell Westbrook. Obviously, he needs the ball. He has 22 points. Russell Westbrook needs the ball constantly. So it just doesn't balance out. You need like a facilitator for one moment and then a scorer for the next. They both kind of scoring the basketball in a way. They both taking shots anyway. Zach LaVine went on another disappearing act. Like that's one thing about Zach LaVine. I like Zach LaVine's game. I like his skills. I think he'll be one of the top shooting guards if he stopped doing these disappearing acts. 7 shots, 8 points. Played, I think 28 minutes or something like that. Why are you shooting the ball 7 times? We were like you one of the most athletic guards on the court. He has a beautiful jump shot, and you shooting it 7 times, 8 times. and get 8 points. It's just call him Zach Houdini. He's going to disappear at some point. Sabonis 17, 10, and 5. Now he's another guy who he just comes to work. He comes to work, do his job, and go home. It is what it is with him. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan, he had 27 points last night. Yeah, I mean, all these guys are good. They just don't have chemistry. Like, they might be fun to play with, or play with on 2K. But as far as, like, winning a championship, bringing anything exciting to the city of Sacramento, that's a hard push. Like, if they can make the playoffs, I think they'd be all right. Yeah, they make the playoffs first round. I think the city of Sacramento will be excited about that. We'll be excited about that. Next game is the Wizards versus the Nets. Wizards lost to the Nets 129-106. Now, the Nets, that's another team that just want to ISO. They ISO all day. The Nets' leading assist guy is Claxton. Leading assist guy. He averages 3 assists. That's the most assists on the team. 3.7 assists. They just want to ISO all day. They get the ball, and that's why I said the Nets is always going to be not always. They're a surfing team for me. Surfing team for this platform means I'm just surfing through channels. I see that the Nets is playing. Man, let me see what they got going on. If the score is close, if someone make a good move, I'll park it right there. I'll watch it. But for the most part, it's just bad basketball, bad basketball culture over there. There's nothing for me to constantly follow. But they won last night. They won. MPJ, he shot well. You could tell the way he plays, he's coming from a championship space. He just calm, understands the game, not making too many emotional decisions. Some of the guys like Claxton, he make emotional decisions. He don't get me wrong, he's a really good player, but sometimes he's running into people. Michael Porter Jr. shot 11. He went 11 for 18 last night, 34, 7, and 9. But he playing like he's been on a championship team before. And you could tell just by the difference in how everyone else around him is playing. Nick Claxton, he had 17, 8, and 7 assists. That's a good game for him. He has a lot of potential. He just got to slow down. He reminded me of this one guy on my team when I was in college, a guy named Eric. I remember I told you about him. He used to play how he played in 2K. Eric was a big fan of Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady was on Orlando Magic at this time. Or no, the Houston Rockets at this time. And we would play, it might have been 2K, yeah, I think it was still 2K. We was playing, what would you say, video game? We was playing a game back in the dorm room playing a game. And he just kept on a spin move with Tracy McGrady. He just kept on a spin move. And it started to dawn on me, like, no wonder you play like this in the game. You have so many turnovers, bro. You play like we on 2K. That's how Claxton plays. He plays like a little, he's really a little reckless sometimes, but he's got to slow down. The Wizards, CJ McCollum is a true professional, bro. You could tell, I'm not going to say you can tell. I would like to see CJ McCollum get a better shot at a championship, right? Put him down there with the Wizards. But I say he's a true professional because he's handled like a true professional. You can tell him he's talking to the young guys. He's being a leader out there. I respect it. I like the way CJ McCollum's doing over there. Chris Middleton had 14, 5, and 2. I was watching it, and I'm almost amazed what Chris Middleton looks like after winning a championship, being an all-star not too long ago. Had about 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, averaged about 9 points on the season, I believe. I mean, it's just not, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the injuries cook you, man. Those injuries cook you. So who knows, man? I even him, I want to see him have another opportunity of winning the championship. I think he has more to offer to some contending teams. I think if a CJ McCollum goes to Houston Rockets, what did that look like? But I don't. I think the maturity of his game. He's mature though. He's mature. I think what is a Chris Middleton? I mean, he averages 9 points right now. Maybe that's his role, or maybe he just still hurt from the injuries. But a Chris Middleton off the bench for the Timberwolves, what does that look like? You have some leadership. You have a champion over there making championship decisions.
I feel like he has to come in to be the scorer, because that's when they won the championship in Milwaukee, wasn't he the scorer?
Not necessarily. I mean, they won the championship in Milwaukee with him being a scorer because they needed him to be a scorer. You got a scorer in Anthony Edwards. You can mentor a guy like that. You can, you'll have someone who's not going to come in there and make too many bonehead mistakes when Anthony Edwards sit down. You know what I mean? I think you can use that. He still can shoot. He just probably can't get busy like a Rob Dillingham, but he can still shoot.
I don't think it'd be a good fit. Just 'cause I don't know the vibes in Milwaukee.
What's the vibes in Milwaukee?
It's like
you mean Timberwolves?
Yeah. The vibes in Timberwolves is different. It's like young guys, hungry guys. People play defense, run up the court. Chris Middleton, he's older, might move a little slower.
But they trying to win a championship. I think you need a veteran. Like
But you got guys like Julius Randle. Yeah, he didn't win, but Mike Conley, you guys been in the league.
Yeah, but I still feel like having a champion on your team is valuable, even if he's not playing a lot.
If it's for that, then yeah, not too many big minutes.
I mean, to be in Washington, averaging 9 points, and you just came off you just won a championship within the last 5 years, 6 years, like, and an All-Star. Well, I don't know. I think I like to see guys like him and CJ McCollum play for championship teams. Let those young guys sort it out. Let Wizards, Nets, Trailblazers. Let those young guys do what they do. Let them develop on those teams, man. Let them make the mistakes. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Houston versus Orlando. You see that game?
Yeah, I was tuned in for that game.
Houston played a great game. Great game. They're starting to look like the team I predicted them to look like. 117 to 113 versus Orlando. Houston won. I'm going to say this right here, man. KD's top 5 all time. KD is top 5 all time, bro. Like, he was always in my top 10, but I'm going to be real. Because I'm just like a little older than him, I'm like, yeah, I got to give the guys who older than me the love first. You know what I mean? I got to give them that love. Like, so obviously you got Bron. Me and Bron around the same age, but I watched him from all the way to high school. Jordan, of course. Then it's Shaq for me. Then Kobe. All those guys are older than me. And I had Hakeem in there. But I'm like, man, KD the 5th spot, bro. Like, it's not like, as far as what he can do on the court, like seeing him out there be a leader, like the leader he wants to be. Not the leader that the casuals want him to be, where he's rah, 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 and he's taking bad shots. He was trusting his teammates. Sengun was balling. Trusting his teammates. Just trusting them, getting out of the way. And then when it was time to show up, showed up. Thompson came over trying to give him a screen, waved him off. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Came down, hit that shot like a true leader. And I'm looking at it like, man, he's put enough work in where he should be in people's top 5. He should be in people's top 5. So KD is definitely a top 5. And that's the best top 5 for anyone. for me. Like for me, name a top 5 that's better than my top 5. LeBron, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, and KD. Name a top 5. There's no top 5 better than that. And by the way, I don't want people to think I'm forgetting about the guys who came before them, like the Magics, the Birds. But here's my thing. And this is no disrespect to anyone who's put the older guys in their top 5 and the older guys, they didn't see the older guys play. Like, yes, it's Hardwood Classic. Yes, it's YouTube, but they only playing their best games. They're only showing their best games. We watch these guys from high school all the way till now. They ups, they downs, they challenges, how they recover, all of it. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair for us to always say these guys are the top guys no matter what the game has to offer. And it also doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, I had a Buick Park Avenue. Love that car. I think it was a great car. When I was driving that car, I was never thinking about a Benz, none of that stuff. I thought that was the best car. I thought I was the coolest dude in the neighborhood because I had that car. Green Buick Park Avenue, 1993, with the butter seats. Then I get older, been in some luxury cars, started to see some Lambos. At that point, the Buick is just sentimental to me. I can't pretend like it wasn't no better cars now. Like, I'm not going to argue that. Man, the Buick, it was a supercharged V8. Like, I'm not about to sit there and do that. I know there's other cars that drive faster and smoother and quieter and save more money on gas. So I can't sit and constantly or stay in this past the entire time. So, yeah, I'm putting KD in my top 5, man. KD in the top 5. It's Bron, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, and KD. Yeah, you got a better top 5 than that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, man. But back to the game. The Houston definitely got their missing piece, though. They got their missing piece. Like last year, they was like, we need a closer. KD, I believe he shot about 4 or 5 shots in the clutch. He shot about 4 or 5 shots in the clutch, and they was allowing it. Here you go. Way out your way. They got what they was looking for. He had 35 points, 6. When I say he, I mean KD. 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Sengun had 30 points and 12 rebounds. And Sengun, his passing ability is crazy. Like, it was one possession at the end where he had 3 offensive rebounds. Came off the offensive rebounds behind the back pass to, I believe, Steve Adams. Dunked it. I'm like, yo. Like, his passing ability is off the chain, bro. It's off the chain. And they had a play for Sengun at the end. The execution was perfect. See, these are little small details I don't think everyone sees when they watch basketball. The details of executing a play is very, very important because this means that these guys have a high IQ and they practice a lot. Think about it. Everyone in the gym knows it's going to go to KD or Sengun. They were still able to get the ball to Sengun in his spot for an and one. So I like them, man. They look like they trusting each other. Houston looks like they trusting each other. I still got them top in the West. I want to see. It's too early for predictions to me. Like, because I think once you start making predictions, you are going to start to change throughout the season, and then you just look like a casual. Just look like a casual. It's too early right now. They still gelling. The only team that looks like a championship team right now out of the entire league is OKC. Everyone else looks like they can be a championship team if this happened, if that happened. These guys look good. I still think they need a point guard, but again, we early in the season, so I only think that because early in the season. But what if Reed Shepard? What if he matures in game 50? Thompson, what if he matures from that position in game 50? Then what? You know what I'm saying? So these guys are just getting used to new roles. And it takes time. It takes time in the NBA. Orlando, no Paolo Banchero or Suggs. They both was out. Franz Wagner, I like him. He had 29 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. The only thing I don't like about his game, he don't get enough rebounds. 6'10". You gotta get some rebounds, bro. 4 rebounds? He would be next level if he played like Sengun and Jokic. Yeah, like if he 29 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds, you give it 8 assists and give me 4 more rebounds, Orlando will be exactly what you guys predict. Some of you guys would predict Orlando to win the championship or go to the championship. They probably would if Franz Wagner can get you 5 more rebounds a game and about 5 more assists. They probably would. And whatever it takes. I don't think you necessarily got to put them down low, pause. Because the way the game is, the way it's all spread out, you can plug them in places. I think there'll be rebounds for you. You can crash the boards. You don't got to be down low. You just got to play harder in other areas. But nonetheless, Orlando, I still don't see what y'all see. I still don't see what y'all see. Desmond Bane, he's a good player, but championship player, I got to see in game 50. Anthony Black, though, I know he was kicking himself in the ass. Because if he would hit that free throw, it'd have been over. It'd have been over. Now, you put all these pieces together, and they up their level of play. Paolo Banchero comes back. Suggs comes back. Franz Wagner. Desmond Bane. Anthony Black. They find their roles. They sacrifice. I think some of them need to sacrifice their points. I think some of them need to sacrifice something. They can go far in the East. You know, they're a mystery team for me, though. They're a mystery team. Let's move on. Bulls versus the Utah Jazz. Bulls lost 150 to 147. Lauri Markkanen, I like his game. Finland's finest. Probably, I looked it up. Best player to ever come out of Finland. Best player to ever come out of Finland. Had 47 points. Shot 6 for 17. I like him. I don't got much to say about Lauri. I mean, they in Utah. They a surf team to me, but I like his game. He's about at least 7 foot guard. Yeah, 7 foot guard. He's another player. If you gave us more rebounds, the team can push to another level. They're in the Western Conference. It's going to be tough. They got some young guys. Young kid George. I like him. I like his game. He could tell he's working on being a leader, but he's young. You got to be a leader in the NBA. It takes more than a year. It takes time. It takes maturity. The announcers was talking about how he matured since last year. And there was times last year where he'll make a turnover. He'll miss a few shots, and then he'll fall back. He hit a big shot last night after missing some shots, after making some bad plays. So it shows maturity. I like him. Your boy, what's his name? Ace Bailey. He was rolling. I got my guy Courage. I always talk about him. And he always talk about how Ace Bailey is going to be this mega star, this superstar. And I don't disagree with him, but it's just not this year. So every time He just scores 20 points. Yo, I told you. Not last night. He fouled out early. I believe he had, 8 assists or 8 points? Yeah, he had 6 to 8 points. But he got a lot of maturing to do. It's not easy being a scorer in the NBA because that's his role. His role is a scorer. Well, that's what they want him to be. They want him to be a scorer. But nonetheless, Utah took it away. Nicholas, how you pronounce the name? Nicholas Vucevic. They call him Vucci Man. Yeah. Nikola Vucevic. I'm all for the Bulls. Vucevic. They call him Vucci Man. He had 21 and 12. Josh Giddey had 26, 13, and 13. Josh Giddey be balling. I like his game. Josh Giddey be balling, bro. Kobe White, he had 27. He had 27, played about 30 minutes. They say he was on a minutes restriction where he only could play 20 minutes. But the coach was like, I'm trying to win. But he was balling too. He had a tough layup at the end. A really tough layup. It hit like the bottom of the rim and spun in. He was tough. So the Bulls still look good. They was hot in the beginning. Now they cooled off. Right now they're about 500. They're about 6-6, I believe. They lost the last 5 games. So, like I said, it's still early in the season. I've been saying this for weeks. Teams are going to get a hot start. They're going to have a hot start. Where they are after January will tell you what type of team they are. And like I said about the Bulls, they're starting off hot, but they're going to cool off. And right now it looks like they're cooling off. The Warriors versus New Orleans. Warriors took it home 124-116. Curry, you know what? I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for this. Y'all want Steph Curry to be considered with the greats, right? And he is. He's in my top 10. Steph Curry's in my top 10. But the reason why he's not high on most people top, let me speak for myself. The reason why he's not high on my list of top 10 is because he don't get the same standards as everyone else. Like last night he had 9 points. If LeBron James have 9 points, little malfunction. If LeBron James have 9 points in any game, there's an uproar. You'll never hear the end of it. If KD has 9 points, you'll never hear the end of it. You'll never hear the end of it. And then Steph Curry played last night. I think he played like 29 minutes, right? So for me, he's not high on my all-time greats list because he's not held to the same standards as the all-time greats. We just like him. Like he's one of those guys who he don't really ruffle no feathers. He don't ruffle no feathers. People don't like some players because they ruffle feathers. You don't like LeBron because he ruffled feathers. You don't like KD because he ruffled feathers. You might not like, at one point, people didn't like Kobe. He ruffled feathers. Same thing with Shaq, same thing with Jordan. Jordan at one point was ruffling feathers. Before everybody fell in love with him, people didn't like him as well. Steph Curry, I don't think there's a time where you didn't like Steph Curry. You got to be a villain. You got to, like, people love that. Like, they love a villain. Like, they love you to overcome. People want you to win their respect. Steph Curry is like, he's a great player. We excited if you score 50. We don't bat an eye if you score 9. We won't even mention it. Moses Moody had 32 points. He played well last night. Jimmy Butler, 18 points, 10 assists. 6 turnovers, though. That's a tough one. 6 turnovers is bad, Jimmy. Come on, baby boy. But here's the thing. Here's what cooked New Orleans. When you play the Warriors, you got to be ready to shoot. The Warriors made 24 threes, shot at 43%. New Orleans New Orleans made 8 threes. He made 8 of them. 8 threes out of 29. You're not going to beat the Warriors like that. You have to have shooters or you have to have lockdown defenders. That's how you got to beat them. But they get hot in the playoffs, it's over. It's over. They changed the way we've watched basketball. If we're watching a game and the team is down 20, we used to walk away from their TV. Put our jackets on, we leave in the stadium. We out. Let's go get a drink. When you playing the Warriors, at least for back in the day or years ago, if they down 20, there's a chance they can come back in the game. There's a big chance. And that's just credited to their shooting. 24, making 24 threes on 43% shooting is amazing. New Orleans, Trey Murphy had 24. It's just another team. New Orleans is another team who shoot too many threes. Y'all got to get a different identity. Although I push back a lot to people in my comments, to in these debates about the players today, I agree with some of you guys. I agree with some of it. Some teams don't need the identity of shooting. New Orleans is one of them. Like 8 for 29, please stop. Just stop. Play some defense. Dude, let's play some defense. Let's run the court. Let's get some steals. Let's advance the ball. Let's run our sets. Let's do something, but not 29 threes. And make 8 of them. So, and then you playing a team that made 24. Come on, man. Dallas versus the Blazers. AD out. AD out for another 7 to 10 days. When Nico Harris was fired, I'm pretty sure he just left Dallas completely. Because somebody might run down on him. You traded Luka for AD. He out in week 4. Week 4, he's already out. And he got another 7 to 10 days. That means a Luka who we watching drop 40 with the Lakers is flourishing. You trade AD, and he might not play again until December. If I was in Dallas and we seen Nico, we got to egg his car or something. No, I ain't gonna do you like that, Nico. I'm just kidding, bro. Don't egg his car, man. Don't egg his car. Toilet paper. No, man. I'm just looking at this, man, and it's different, bro. They had 7 guys. They played well. They had 7 players in double digits last night. Cooper Flag had 21. Shout out to Cooper Flag, man. Prove me wrong. I said he wouldn't score over. He wouldn't average over 15, 13 to 15 points. But he had 21 last night. Klay Thompson, your boy Klay Thompson, had 19 off the bench. But overall, a record is disappointing. Disappointing. They're 4-10 right now. And meanwhile, they like, damn, the Lakers could win. They got Luka. Now you like, we gotta let Cooper Flag develop. Gotta wait till we get Kyrie back. Hopefully Anthony Davis can still play hard. Let's bench Klay Thompson. Like, it's just so much going on right now with Dallas that they did not have to go through if they made better decisions. But I'm not putting it all on Nico Harris. Obviously, I'm smarter than that. You should be too. You should know one person will make that type of decision, especially if it's a job for him and it's not his team. So you got to know that that's not all his decision. The Blazers, Jeremy Grant, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Denny had 29 points. I don't want to try to pronounce his last name. And Sharp had 36 points, 6 assists, 6 assists. No, I'm wrong on that one. 36 points. How many rebounds he had? Yeah, how many rebounds he had?
Today Sharp had... It
don't really matter. They lost. I want to be more sharp for you guys. No pun intended.
I got 4 rebounds.
4 rebounds. Yeah, 36 points, 4 rebounds. They got a 6-7 record. Somebody was asking me, "What did you think about the Blazers? Like, why y'all be so concerned with these teams? Like, what's up with these teams? Like, what's so good about these teams? What's the hype around it? They 6-7. Only thing, the biggest thing that happened this year for the Blazers is Chauncey Billups. That's it. They shot 14 for 47 last night, threes.
I feel like the Blazers are getting buzzed because they look pretty good this year. They don't look too bad when they play.
What are y'all looking at? What are y'all looking at? Like I watched some of this game when these are the surf teams. They're not like, see, it's hard for me to invest my time into some of this stuff. Like I'll watch the games, but me to sit there and watch some of these guys play is just like, yeah, I like to watch them play, but it's 6-7. It was not like a team from last year, like, oh, they show like the Spurs. Like the Spurs, they didn't make the playoffs last year, but they made some moves. They made some moves. They got Dylan Harper. They obviously got Wemby. De'Aaron Fox came halfway through the season. Now he got a full season. It's worth it. It's worth the follow. I'm not sitting here saying I would never watch the Blazers. I'm not sitting here saying I don't watch none of these teams. I'm saying follow. So when people come in, they like, yo, what you think about the Blazers? You following the Blazers? You following them? Like, I'm not following the Blazers. I'll watch a Blazers game, but I'm not following them. They 6-7. But moving on. Suns versus Hawks. Suns lost this game. 122-124. Tough. Hawks is 9-5. Hawks is 9-5. I got to see more out of them, though. I got to see Okongwu had 27 points. And Alexander Walker had 26-4. Those types, see, teams like the Hawks, they're going to play well in the East. Not championship guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Wizards, the Hawks, the Nets, they are developing. They're teams where you're letting young guys develop. That's where they are in the East to me. I look at those teams like if you, Rob Dillingham, Bones Highland. Let those guys go over there and develop for a few years, get their stats up, get their pay up, and then they can start moving around to contending teams. Or maybe people build around them.
But the Hawks, I feel like they're looking to make a playoff push this year. Maybe
Yeah. I think they're going to make a playoff push, but they're not going to make a playoff run. You think they're going to beat who they going to beat in the playoffs?
They're going to be interesting to watch. Jalen Johnson, he almost
I like him.
He almost had a quadruple double some time ago. Then you hear about Dyson Daniels.
I like him. Good defender.
They got good pieces.
Good pieces.
Trae Young come back.
I think we underestimate how hard it is to be a champion in the NBA. I think we really look at it and think to ourselves, this is easy. It's easy for us to be champions. It's not easy for you guys to be champions, bro. A push in the playoffs, think about this. You playing the same team. Let's say you go to game 7. 7 times. They know all your moves, all your plays. You got to already have that maturity in there. You don't got no veterans. You don't got nobody who's been there before. You don't got no one. You don't have championship decision making. Even and also, yes, the champion who won for the first time didn't have that championship experience. But I guarantee you dissect all the teams that had that won championships. They had players who were battle tested. None of the players you named was battle tested yet. They had players who got close, like Anthony Edwards, battle tested. I expect him to come into this year's playoffs with a different mindset and a different motor, right? The Hawks don't have that. The Nets don't have that. The Wizards don't have that. Those teams don't have that. So how they gonna get over the hump?
They haven't Trae Young and Nickeil Alexander. You don't think those two guys could?
That can work. It can work. I got to see how they play. But they still, to me, Trae Young. I still think I think it's time. I think it's time for him to start moving around. Alexander Walker. He didn't have a crazy role for the Timberwolves, but he had a significant role. Start. I like him. Suns 8-6 right now. They shot 33s on 33% shooting. Dylan Brooks had 34 points. Book had 27.
How you feel about Dylan Brooks? I think it's his second 30-point game, coming back from injury. You think he keep this up? The 30-point games?
No.
High 20s?
No, too stiff. Too stiff. Dylan Brooks too stiff. Like, yeah, he not 34. 22? Yeah. I think that's good for him. Like, I mean, you got to figure he came in as a defender, right? That's a great development right there. Can he average 34? Like 34, to average 34, 32 points, 29 points, you got to understand what comes with that in the NBA. Some of it you have to break guys down. Pause. You have to like ISO one-on-one. You have to be one of those guys. He hasn't shown me that. That's why I say he's stiff. Like he's a good defender. He'll get some open shots through Devin Booker, some hustle points from his defense, free throw line because he's a competitor. He's gonna get to the line. But the missing piece, can he break a guy down? Is he the guy who hold on to the ball 8 seconds left in the shot clock? No. I just don't think. Not 30. I think if he have a 22-point year, it's a great year for him. That's a great year for him. Anything between 17 and 22, that's an amazing year for that guy. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Now, how you feel about Phoenix? They're 8-6.
8-6. I feel the same way I feel about the Blazers.
Are you surprised that they're 8-6? We were expecting them to be lower.
8-6, man. Look, all these records, right? All these records to me is like, in some ways, fool's gold. Some way, fool's gold. You know what I mean? Because they could have easily played bad teams to get to that. Like the schedule is tricky like that. Some of these guys, like the Boston Celtics and the Sixers, played each other 3 times already. So like, so if the Sixers had beat Boston 3 times, that's a big portion of, or not big, but that's a significant portion of their record at that point. You get what I'm saying? So you just I haven't looked at their record to see who they beat. 8-6 is not impressive. 20-6 is impressive. That means you didn't play to everybody for the most part. And you still 26. That means they watched film on you, all everything, and y'all still was able to combat that. That's respect. 8-6. Yeah, like this game right here was 22-124. When I see close games like that, somebody missed a rebound. Somebody missed a free throw. Somebody got a 50-50 ball, got them an extra possession. That's not like convincing. It's just like it was a competitive game. Somebody made some mistakes somewhere. 2 points, overtime games. I just think somebody made a mistake somewhere. I don't look at these guys as a elite team. All right, man, there you have it. Man, we went for a minute today. How long was that?
Hour and 25.
Good shit. Any questions for me?
Yeah. It's really about Denver. So I'm looking at the record. I'm looking at the seeding. Denver is 10-2. As we were talking about seedings, I was looking at seedings. Denver is 10-2. Mm-hmm. And I remember you didn't have a contenders rankings, but you didn't have Denver high up there. You was kind of iffy on Denver. Is Denver changing your mind? They're 10-2. Looks like they're being some.
Change my mind for a champion, like be champions.
Like making a deep playoff push. Maybe even beat
They can
OKC.
do it. They can do it. But I think somebody cracked the code, though. I think OKC cracked the code on how to stop Jokic. Whatever they did with Alex Caruso, they might have cracked the code.
So you don't think Jokic will make an adjustment?
He could, but how do you think Denver a championship team? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just sleeping on Denver because it's small market. I'm not gonna lie. I like Denver, but I just want to see. I like Denver, but I don't think they better than Houston.
If you have to do a quick power rankings, quick top 8 teams in order, how would you what would you rank them?
Let me look at it.
Because you got Detroit. Detroit's at 11-2. After that, Knicks is 8-4. This is in the East Coast. Cleveland is 9-5. Hawks is 9-5.
So if I had to do a quick power ranking, I'm gonna go West.
This is combining the West and the East. Top 5 teams.
Oh, okay. Top 5 teams. Okay. OKC. OKC. Houston.
Houston number 2.
Sixers.
You got Sixers number 3. Sixers 3 over Denver.
Yeah, that's casual.
Over Detroit. You don't got Detroit in there.
I'm gonna go Denver. I like Denver right now. Lakers.
Lakers.
I'm assuming when they get Bron back.
Yeah.
When they get Bron back. And I got one more.
You got one more.
See, you got Spurs, Timberwolves. These are the people I'm deciding. These are the teams I'm indecisive between. Spurs, Timberwolves, Sixers. I don't got no faith in the Knicks.
No
I don't really.
faith.
Pistons. I like the Pistons too.
They're a young team, though. It could be.
That's what I'm saying. Like I like the Pistons. See, it's just too early, bro. It's too early. Pistons, if they right now they 11-2. If they show up halfway through the season, they still single digits in losses.
Yeah.
Or they in the teens in losses. I might be convinced.
Okay.
The Knicks, 8-4. They 8-4. So they like. I think Brunson just went down. Somebody else just went down on it. OG.
OJ Anunoby.
Yeah, OG Anunoby. He just went down. So, they just don't have. I just don't think the Knicks deep enough.
Yeah.
They're just not deep enough, to me. Bulls is a fluke team. Like they last week they was top. Now they number 9. So yeah, that's where I'll rank it. I'll go with that. It'd be Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, Lakers. Let's do an East Coast team in there, man. Damn, I want to keep my Sixers in there, but they ain't been playing well, bro. They immaturity starting to show. Let's go Pistons, man.
You going Pistons fifth spot?
I'm gonna go with the underdog. Shout out Detroit. I see y'all be messaging me, man. My folks from Detroit, y'all be messaging me. All right, man. Any comments? No comments? All right. All right, man. There you have it. Another live show. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. We want to keep boosting the channel. We want to keep getting the real Hooper Show out there. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Scoring Society.